What's good, y'all? This is your boy Akil McLeod back with another video, and today I'm going to give you guys the top 3 credit cards that I believe every entrepreneur or aspiring entrepreneur should have in their wallet. So if you guys are interested in this type of content, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, y'all, so this topic really came to mind because I've been talking about credit cards and how I was able to use it to build my reselling business for eBay and on Poshmark. So I decided to just give you guys some more tips and just share the 3 credit cards that I think are probably the best in order to start your reselling business or just grow your reselling business to the next level. Now, it's no particular order of what I'm going to be telling you guys about these cards. And I'm not going to go into heavy detail because I do think when it comes to using a credit card, the number one thing for me is I'll need to make sure that I'm not paying an annual fee. The interest rate isn't going to be insane, which really doesn't matter to me, honestly, because I've never paid interest on a credit card over the past like 7 or 8 years since I've actually been using a credit card. And most importantly, I definitely need to be getting back some type of money, some type of rewards every time I use that card. So to start things off is this credit card from American Express, and this is basically the American Express Blue Cash Rewards card. And this card is super dope to me. Not only does it look nice and dope, and every time I pull it out I feel cool because it is an American Express card. And when I was growing up I felt like American Express was like a luxury card, but nowadays not so much. Anybody can basically get it. But like I said, it does have that like nostalgic value to me at least. But one of the really good things about this card is that just like most of them, you do get 1% back on every purchase you make. And the other good thing that I like about this card in particular is that when I first started using credit cards, my limit was super low because my credit was terrible, because all I had on there was a bunch of student loans. So when I first got a credit card, I think they gave me like a $300 credit limit, and I basically had to prove myself over the years. However, American Express was my second credit card that I added to my arsenal, and they didn't treat me like some of these other credit card companies did. They kind of started me off with a little higher balance. I think they gave me like a $3,000 credit line, and within about 6 months they boosted me up to about $10,000. And usually some credit card companies are kind of finicky in terms of like adding credit and just trying to just give you more opportunities to increase your credit line. Some credit card companies do it really quickly and really easily for you, and other companies kind of give you a hard time. So for me, American Express is definitely one of those credit cards. If not your first, might be better as your second credit card if you're brand new to using credit cards and stuff like that. So I would suggest you guys get that card. Like I said, it does give you that 1%. The only downside to it though is that if you're like a thrifter or somebody like that, you can't use it at usual like Goodwills and Salvation Armies because they don't usually accept American Express. That's probably why it's not on the top of my list. But like I said, in terms of them increasing your credit line really quickly, and anytime I have any problems, I usually get on the phone with them super quick, and they usually just handle any problems I have. So I'll definitely put a referral link for you guys there. And if you spend like $1,000 within the first 3 months, which I usually do like maybe $2,000 or $3,000 a month just on this one card. If you spend $1,000 in the first 3 months, you definitely get like $200 free as like a statement bonus or some kind of reward. So that is kind of dope, just because it basically is free money, especially if you're using your credit card for everyday purchases just like gas and groceries and anything else. Usually I always tell people to use credit cards that way. So if you do that with any of these credit cards, you'd be able to build up some rewards on top of using it for your day-to-day purchases for your business. Next up, and this is definitely my favorite credit card, and this is the Capital One Quicksilver card. This is one of those cards that give you 1.5% back on every purchase made. And most people say, what's the big difference between 1% and 1.5%? Trust me, if you use your credit card basically every single day for every purchase that you make, that half of a percent goes a long way over the course of a year. So I usually use these type of credit cards for if I'm going to places like Goodwill and Salvation Army and those thrift stores that don't usually accept American Express. I usually would use it in those type of places, and I'm pretty sure Capital One probably thinks I own stock in Goodwill or something's going on, because the majority of my purchases are definitely all coming from places like Goodwill. So definitely check that one out. I'll also throw a referral link on there if I can find one. But I also know they have a similar sign-up bonus if you spend, I think, $1,000 within the first 3 months. I think they either give you $200 or $300. But as always, I'll definitely throw up any extra information for you guys just in case there's anything I was missing. And last but not least, the card that I actually don't own phone right now is the Citi Double Cash card. And this card, in my opinion, is super dope because it practically gives you 2% back on every purchase made. And the way they do it is that they will give you 1% cash back for every dollar spent and 1% cash back for every dollar paid off. So it basically is 2% back, and that's definitely better than the 1.5%. And just like I said for the Capital One card, the 1.5% to 2% it might not seem like a ton of a difference, but trust me, over the course of a year, if you're using your card a lot, especially if you shop at places like different outlets like Adidas and Nike, and retail stores like Walmart and Target, especially if you're into retail arbitrage or you're an Amazon seller, definitely consider using these type of cards. And what it does is that it gives you an opportunity to take advantage of some of those sales where you can make some really big bulk purchases, because honestly, I don't know a ton of people that just walk around with say $5,000 to $10,000 in cash. I don't even think that's a smart idea. But sometimes I do know if you go to an outlet or if you go to somewhere like a Walmart or a Target and you come across a really good deal and you know you can make that money back, spending that $5,000 on your card, when you get 2% or 1.5% or even 1% back on that purchase, that's definitely going to help your business in the long run. And like I said before, the smallest percentages, those always add up and they mean a lot, especially if you're thinking long term. But like I said, one of the most important things when it comes down to me having a business credit card, especially for entrepreneurs, is just having a credit card that's not going to charge you an annual fee every year. I know there are some cards that give you better bonuses and just better advantages. Sometimes they might give you 6% back on groceries or 3% back on every purchase made, but usually they make you pay some type of annual fee every year. I've even seen some annual fees, especially from American Express, as high as like $200 to $300 a year, and to me that's just crazy. So if there's any credit cards you guys might want to suggest to me, definitely drop that in the comment section. I'll check it out because I'm currently in the process of just trying to see if I should get another credit card, especially something for travel, because I do know after my wedding I'm going to be taking a lot of trips, so I definitely want to get a travel credit card. So if you guys have any hints or tips for me, definitely drop that in the comment section. And if you guys want me to keep putting out more content about credit cards and just like financial stuff, and especially for entrepreneurs, drop that in the comment section because I could definitely make that happen for you guys. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Cause you felt like you was losing, only for the winner. Mood just to keep from cooling, like only for the winner, only for the winner, only for the winner. Boy, my heart is cold, and I'm too cool to sweat it. I should've never offered it. I'm tight and now I'm off this shit. You should wanna be a real one.